Subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon and never miss an update from Latestly.
Seeti Maar, Seeti Maar, Seeti Maar, Seeti Maar. And we process the vocals. They were shooting that step, that Hudwala, na? And I was telling Prabhu Master, this is going to be viral on the net. Just trust me. He's the first Indian song to, fastest Indian song to cross 50 million. And simplicity always works. Yeah, Michael Jackson was always my first love. Hi, sir.
Wow. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and you're looking absolutely vibrant. Thanks to the music that you are churning out, and thanks to the positivity and the vibrancy that you're creating in the times of gloom.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. That's a nice thing to hear right at the beginning.
And that's the essence of music. It spreads hope, it spreads joy, and it spreads positivity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Nice to hear. Nice to hear positive things nowadays.
Correct.
Thank you so much for that.
Exactly. First of all, welcome to Latestly, and I'm not able to wrap my mind around the fact that how could one individual can have so many qualities in terms of music, even in music, songwriter, song composer, lyricist, and whatnot, and the kind of music that you are giving us, the range is superb. How do you do that, first of all, and how do you retain that interest in music for so long?
Wow, that's a very nice question, in fact, and very nicely framed, actually. So I should give it to you for a good question, first of all.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
The thing is, I never looked at myself as a music composer. I think that's the best part of my own self. That's what I like about my own self.
Okay.
I'm a music lover. When you call yourself music composer, you take the chair of a command. It's like, okay, now I'm the one. But when you take the place of a music lover, it's like you might fall in love with anything that is good. So it's very important to fall in love with what you're listening to. Right. Okay, whether you compose it or whether someone else is composing it. So first of all, you become egoless, and you become non-judgmental, and you become pure as an artist because you just fall in love with what is good. So the song, once it is made, my own song doesn't belong to me anymore.
Right.
Okay. So I just compose a song, step back and listen to it. And I always say, like, there's a purpose to every song. So whether to make someone cry, or the song is made to make someone laugh or fall in love or dance or whatever. Okay.
Yes.
So when I step back and listen to it, and if that song is able to make me do what it is supposed to make me do, that means it's a nice song. So then once I step back, it doesn't matter whether that song is mine or it belongs to someone else.
Right. And
so that way it is easier to enjoy it, and as long as when you enjoy it, and you're not confined to a particular genre of music or something.
Right. You're talking about stepping back and being non-judgmental as a music aficionado, as a music master. But how does you also said egoless, much away from ego. How do you stay that even after grabbing 9 Filmfare Awards? How does that happen?
Okay, now let's talk about awards. See, there was work that I've done where people have said, "Oh my God, you're going to get all the awards this year, and you're going to get the biggest awards, the national award, that award, this award." And when people said such things for work, which actually meant to get, such things, I never got any award. And when people just love to dance, and when they didn't even, when I didn't even think about anything, then I got awards. So awards are like, they are good to receive, but then they necessarily don't define how good or bad an artist is. But it definitely gives recognition. Right. So it is definitely happy to get, be recognized and get awards. But I think that doesn't change us as a composer or something, because that's why I said I always put myself in the seat of a music lover, because love can't be changed.
Correct.
Whether you get rewards or awards, or whether you don't get them, love is always love. It's true.
Of course, today, talking about love and talking about joy, of course, today we are going to talk about Seeti Maar and Radhe. But before I get into that, before I dive straight into that, let me ask you this. I mean, the frame is looking beautiful with all those musical instruments right behind you. But I also see the unmistakable poster of Michael Jackson right behind you.
Oh, yeah.
And such is a love for music on your part for you, that not just Michael Jackson, your first love, I suppose, was Backstreet Boys, right?
Not Back. I love the few songs made by Backstreet Boys. But my first love is always Michael
It's always
Jackson
been
and
MJ.
Ilaiyaraaja, sir, Ilaiyaraaja. See, the thing is, Michael Jackson was the first musician I knew. After when I was growing up, like by the time I realized what the world is, Michael Jackson was the first musician or dancer that I knew, even before I knew his name, because such was his charm and his popularity, right? Like we just look at his poster and we know that okay, this man dances and sings, but we don't know who he is as
Right.
kids.
Right.
So I grew up with his music, and this is one of the posters. This is one of the posters that was gifted to me by one of my friends when he was traveling somewhere, because I love him so. So I framed and put it. There's another poster this side, the same size. It's a very
Yeah.
old one. School days, when I used to go to school, roadside they used to sell posters and all that.
Right.
So I bought that. I kept it so safely, and now when I built my studio, I put it up here, framed and put it up here. That's also Michael Jackson. So yeah, Michael Jackson was always my first love.
Your first
Like
love, or perhaps your idol. But how often do you take elements from their music or get inspired from, perhaps look up to, and sort of make a part of your own creation? Does that ever happen?
after you start working and after you know what you are, and then if you come across something that is really inspiring, then you would be able to analyze, okay, now how do I make use of this as an inspiration into my work and all that stuff. But when you grow up with something, it becomes a part of you, and you will no more know when that thing has actually inspired you and how it has gone into your work. Like Ilaiyaraaja sir and Michael Jackson are two such influences on me. They're always there throughout. So somewhere or the other, knowingly or unknowingly, they keep popping up now and then. But sometimes deliberately, like I do some stuff, like there's a song called for Mahesh Babu sir's film I did, in a film called Srimantudu, like Charusila, Swapna Bala, Yavanala, Prema Pantashala. That's I wantedly made an MJ beat
Right.
and did that song. So yeah, like that. A lot of times I keep experimenting. Then even there's one more song which I did for Junior NTR in a film called Jai Lavakusa. So that's not okay. It's not like very much like MJ, but it's
Yes.
got those elements.
Those vibes, those beats. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So like oh baby baby da da dum da dum da da dim da 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 da, like I grew up with all, so I love that kind of an energy. So
Right.
yeah.
It's
So that's
it's
how
very
they go.
candid of you, very candid of you when you say that when you have worked on something quite diligently and with all seriousness, you have failed to get awards. But when you are absolutely enjoying your creations, having a whole lot of fun and musty, you got those awards absolutely unwittingly. And does that hold true even when you work with Salman? This is the second time around you're working with and collaborating with Salman Khan. Last time you worked with him, it was such a rage. I was still humming Dhinka China just before the start of this
Yeah.
interview. And now Seeti Maar. So has that element of enjoying the music while you're creating it and let yourself go, has it remained intact even for this one?
Yeah. See, because Seeti Maar is a song that I always had right from the day one that we started working on this. When Prabhu Deva master asked me for a song, and then I said Seeti Maar, and then Salman Bhai called and said, "Wow, this song really sounds, damn fun and damn energetic.
Yeah.
So let's do this." So right from that moment, I knew that it's going to become huge, because Seeti Maar, that word and that hook and that kind of a song
hook.
on Bhai's swag, because he has
Yes.
got that swag. I for definitely I knew that he would make it as easy as possible for the kids to dance to. Like how we made Dhinka Chika, right? When he made Dhinka Chika, he just put his pockets in and Dhinka Chika, Dhinka. See, that simplicity always works.
True.
So we just caught up like fire. And even now when I perform on stage, even without my knowledge, I keep saying, "Hey, Dhinka Chika," automatically the pocket, hands go to the
That
pocket.
goes in pocket.
Yeah. So even now, in between the interviews, I was just talking to my guys, and I was just, even without a hoodie, I was just acting like I put a hoodie and Seeti Maar. So that Seeti Maar step also, in fact, I was there at the shoot of Seeti Maar
Okay.
when it was going on in Bombay, because Prabhu Deva
Okay.
Master had invited me. So when I saw Bhai doing this step, I said, okay, no, this is going to be the next viral thing on the internet. All the kids and everyone is going to do this, I said, and that's what is happening now.
Last I checked, the song had garnered 40 plus million views, and the numbers are still on, still counting.
Yeah, I think today they posted saying 60 plus million. So
60
it's like,
plus
wow. And
million
it's,
views.
he's the first Indian song to, the fastest Indian song to cross 50 million. And today this is 60 million, but fine. But for me, of course, it is nice to listen to such good things said by people. But generally, how much a film collected and how many views a song got never really bothered me actually, because that's what, see, we're going to forget all this in a few days, but the song will be remembered.
But
So
honestly, how did you redesign this song? How did you revisit the song, especially for Salman Khan, with Salman in it, for a Salman Khan movie? What elements did you focus on to be able to
yeah,
make it in sync with Salman Khan's swag?
yeah. So if you listen to the song, first of all, I knew that Seeti Maar for Salman Bhai's image, Seeti Maar will really go well because he can make it massy at the same time classy. And from the youth to anyone, from all age groups would definitely love to watch all this on him, from the kids to the elders. So I wanted this song to be marked as a Seeti Maar song itself. That's why I changed the beginning of the song. The song itself starts with the processed voice. In fact, that's my vocals that start the song off with like Seeti Maar, Seeti Maar. So I wanted the song to start off with that signature, so that the song is okay. The Seeti Maar song is started.
Right.
Then I didn't want to lose the original flavor of the song. The soul of the
You
song.
also said in an interview that you wanted to retain the soul of the song.
Yeah, soul of the song, exactly, because it's got a particular kind of a rhythm and an energy. But a few lines, the length of a few lines, I cut it down to, because originally when we made the song, we made it more like a romantic exchange phrases between the boy and the girl. Like he says how beautiful you are, and she says, okay, give me this and all that. Though it is still romantic here, but we wanted to make it more like a dance and a party song in Hindi. So that's why even in the antras, if you see, we say things like disco aaye dance karne, get on to the dance floor, volume thoda loud karke nachenge some more, and all that.
Right.
Okay, so we wanted to get very funky, easily, hummable lyrics and stuff. That is one, and even the BGMs, I have made it more like a kind of a dance floor kind of a sound, more like a DJ sound. Right. And there's one place where we did Seeti Maar, and we processed the vocals. In fact, when Salman Bhai and I were chatting, he was the one who came over. Hey, Devi, can we go something crazy in between some cuts and also I can do something. Then I also knew Prabhu Deva Master would get a lot of fun elements into the song. He's a master in getting, whoever the actor is, he always gets some fun elements. And Salman Bhai himself has that charm, that the charisma that can carry off from a serious shift to some fun element and again back to the serious shift. So then we came up with this thing when Salman Bhai was saying something, some process, some Seeti Maar cut, then we got Seeti Maar, something. Okay, let's try something. Then I tried something and sent it to hey, this sounds cool. So we did a lot of elements like that, which will suit his.
And all these elements and all these things that you have created by design have worked in your favor. But honestly, did you have apprehensions in your head? Were there any apprehensions evolving in your head when you created this one? Because you wanted to create a new one and make it successful, but at the same time, as you said, you wanted to retain the essence of it and without offending those who love the original number.
Yeah, see, there are two ways to look at it. If I'm doing someone else's song, then it's a different story, which I would never do, because I'm totally against remixes. In fact, I left a lot of films because the scripts involved remix songs. It's a principle of mine that I'll never work on a remix song. Even from Bollywood, I got a lot of offers saying, because nowadays they're taking a hook from a already super hit song and then making a new song around it, but still the hook remains the same. I would never do that because those are all legendary songs and I really respect the legends who did that. So I don't want to do that. So here I'm making my own song. So I'm the original guy who conceived it in a particular way. So I don't mind experimenting it in a different way, but I wouldn't have done the song if the whole thing had to be changed.
Right.
And it was my idea to recreate. But because they wanted a song, they wanted me to suggest a song. Then I said, what about Seeti Maar?
Yeah.
So they loved it because I was already wanting to do Seeti Maar in Hindi, like how we did Dhinka China. Dhinka China, of course, Salman Bhai heard Ringa Ringa song in a club. And then I got a call saying he loves this song. Can you do it for us? And moreover, if you see Dhinka China, except the hook, the rest of the song is all different because it was a female song in Telugu when we did. It was an item song, but then it had to be made to a hero, right? So we just kept the hook like ringa 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 dinka chika dinga, and so the thing we had to write according to like whatever. But now when it comes to this, no. If say, if, for example, if you had asked me to say, okay, keep the tune and change the whole orchestra, then I would have had that thing. No, no, I don't want to change the song, because when I create a song, I would be able to imagine that in only one possible way.
Correct.
And I would fall in love with it. Then I can't change. But then here and there, inserting and changing, and that is actually fun, you know.
Right.
So
But fun, energetic
Yeah.
songs, and these are the reasons why you stay in the headline for the kind of numbers that you built out. But at the same time, you're also in the headline for the number of zeros that you're adding these days in your remuneration. So post Dhinka Chika, will a couple of more zeros be also added? Who knows?
I don't know. Hope it happens. Thank you.
As my last question, when you compose a song such as this for a film as big as this, like Radhe, and with a massive superstar in it, like Salman Khan, who do you take inputs generally from when some corrections or some elements that need to be introduced? Is it from director Prabhu Deva? How is he to deal with? And then, of course, from Salman Khan as well as a superstar. I'm sure he must be different to his co-stars, and then he must be different to his music composers as well. So, what the inputs exchanges are like, what the collaborative work is like.
Okay, so first let me talk about Prabhu Deva Master, because I have done a lot of films for him down south in Tamil and Telugu. I'm a huge fan of Prabhu Deva Master because I'm a Michael Jackson fan, as you can see,
Correct.
and I'm myself, because of Michael Jackson, I've become right from my childhood. I've become a performer. I mean, like where I sing and dance on stage. Oh, so that's the image I have got down south. Where if it is my show, I've got to sing and dance. So and then Prabhu Deva Master, I'm a huge fan of his. So I used to imitate his Chikabukki Raila and all and dance when I was in my school days, and imitate him and dress up like him. So, but when he for his first directorial film, then I was the music director of that. So you know then I was like, wow, I was thrilled. We still share that kind of a very beautiful bond.
Mhm.
And he and I, whichever films we have worked, it was always very easy. You know, we just sit 5 minutes, we make it. This is nice. Okay, then I'll choreograph like this. Or sometimes suddenly Prabhu Master comes out with some kind of words or lines. Devi, I just came across this. See if you can make a song on this or use it in a. When we did a Vijay starrer called Ila Dalapati Vijay, when we did a film called Ville, all the songs were super duper hits in that. So that's the kind of rapport I share with Prabhu Master. And the same way, Bhai also, when Salman Bhai, whenever we start working on a song, he keeps calling you constantly, like saying, Devi, can we use it? Can we? He has a very good ear for music.
Correct.
So, being the star that he is, but still he spends time for, if he comes across a good word, or if you say, see if this kind of a lyric, but I know it's not in the length, but see if you can put it, will it work? So when Shabir Ahmed ji had flown to Chennai to my studio to work on the lyrics, then in the nights, Salman Bhai used to call, and again we used to work on it, then again tell him this, that. He used to get excited. Or sometimes, in fact, Disco Aaye Dance Karne is what was suggested by Salman Bhai.
Okay.
Can we make it about disco aaye dance karne or something like that? So, okay, we got the idea. Then we wrote the words like disco aaye dance karne, get on to the dance floor. Volume thoda loud kar. Then we came like, okay, let's use volume, then subwoofers, speakers. We were like, lights. We were figuring out something like that. So it's fun, working with both of them. And imagine, I am a huge fan of Prabhu Master and of course a huge fan of Salman Bhai. And I've worked with them in different films separately. And now together, when they are doing a film together and they ask me to do a song, is I don't know, something very exciting for me.
Of course, Salman Khan will. I mean, he is showcasing his swag in this number. Prabhu Master is also cracking the whip as a director, and of course, you are the soul behind this beautiful melody, beautiful musical treat that Seeti
And
Maar has. Thank you so much for giving us
thank you,
this
thank you.
number.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for the time.
Sorry, you
It
were
was
saying
wonderful.
something. You were saying something. I
No,
interrupted.
no, because you said you were talking about both of them. I was there at the shoot of Seeti Maar in Bombay when it was going on, and we had major fun. We were spending between the breaks, sitting with Bhai and Prabhu Master. We were chatting, and I was like thrilled to watch them create the dance movements. And Salman Bhai was dancing, and Disha Patani is, she's such a wonderful dancer. And Salman Bhai and Disha were like killing it on the floor, and then Jani Master was there, Prabhu Master. It was huge, it was an amazing day filled with fun that day. I really enjoyed. And the day they were shooting that step, that Hudwala, I was telling Prabhu Master, this is going to be viral on the net. Just trust me. This is so, and I got so hooked. Even after I went back to the room that night, I was like going, taking a shower. That was going on in my mind.
Thank you so much for giving us a tune as energetic as it. And thanks a lot for being a person that you are, that energetic soul that you are. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Wonderful talking to you. Have a great day.
Same here.
Bye.
Bye.